ever wonder why America always feels like it's glitching? Like we can't fix anything no matter how much we vote, protest, or tweet about it? Yeah, turns out the system isn't broken. It's working exactly how it was designed to keep certain people up and keep the rest of us down. This is the Adonis Black Show, the only news show where we laugh to keep from crying. And today we're talking about how America isn't haunted by racism. America is racism. Okay, let's start with the lie. The lie that racism is a chapter in America's past, a bug, a mistake, something we fixed in the 60s. Now here's the truth. America wasn't just founded with racism, it was built on top of it. The economy, built on stolen land and enslaved labor. The suburbs, built by excluding black people from the GI Bill. The police came from slave patrols. And I think it's hard for a lot of people to understand that, Jim Crow was not an accident. It was a design. And it didn't end. It just evolved. Redlining became zoning laws. Lynch mobs became stand your ground. Segregation became school districts. If racism were a car, America would be the dealership, the manufacturer, and the guy selling you extended warranty you can't use because the engine is prejudiced. And even the parts of the system that claim to help, the equal opportunity job fairs, the DEI panels, the one black friend, and the HR video, look, they're often just performative paint jobs on structural decay. Here's where it hits. All the things everyone complains about, the healthcare system, the housing crisis, underfunded schools, over-policing, they're all frustrating because they were built with racism baked in. Healthcare? Black women in America are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes. Not in 1960, I'm talking about right now. Serena Williams almost died after giving birth and had to advocate for herself while on hospital meds. If Serena almost didn't make it, what does that mean for the rest of us? I'm talking about the greatest tennis player ever, man. And let's talk about universal health care. You know why we don't have it in the United States of America? Because when it was proposed, Southern politicians feared it would mean equal access for black Americans. That's right, racism literally stopped the country from getting affordable health coverage. We're the only developed nation without universal health care because of Jim Crow logic. Education? In Pennsylvania, school districts have literally been sued for spending over $10,000 less per black student per year compared to white students in wealthier areas. If knowledge is power, then public education is America's favorite way to keep the lights dim. Housing? A 2021 study showed black homeowners in Chicago were overcharged by mortgage lenders more than white borrowers with the same financial profile. Not to mention appraisals. Black-owned homes appraised lower until the owners removed family photos and let their white friends pose as the homeowners. If racism had a Zillow listing, it would be charming, 3-bed, 2-bath, systemic bias with a fenced-in opportunity gap. And what about credit scores? Sounds neutral, right? Wrong, because when credit scoring systems were rolled out, they were designed using historical banking data that already excluded black people. So the system baked in inequality and it used it as a measuring stick. Policing? Let's not forget stop and frisk in NYC, which overwhelmingly targeted black and Latino men despite yielding almost 0 results. Or how black drivers are more likely to be pulled over, searched, and arrested, even when white drivers are more likely to have contraband. This isn't just bad policy, it's legacy software. Like a house with a crooked foundation, but they just keep repainting the walls and wondering why it's sinking. It's like they built the car with no seat belts, no brakes, and a gas pedal that only works for white people, then blamed the crash on black drivers. Now let's talk about the upgrade, the expansion pack. It's called classism. We're told if you work hard, you'll succeed, but that lie only works if people believe the system is fair. During the pandemic, who got the most government relief? Billion-dollar companies and stockholders. I know you remember those famous resume studies. Identical applications. One's from Greg and one's from Jamal. Same education, same job history. But guess who got the call back? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the name that sounds like rhythm and blues royalty. I think the worst part about that study with the job applications is that a black college grad has the same callback rate as a white felon. So look, classism props up racism like scaffolding on a crumbling building. It gives just enough comfort to poor people to make them defend the very system that's failing them too. At least I'm not black has been a policy motivator since Reconstruction. When politicians talk about real Americans, they're not talking about real diversity. They're dog whistling to a class and a race ideal that never existed, unless you count TV dads from the 50s. It's the oldest scam in the book. You give one group a lawn chair on a sinking ship, and they'll call it luxury. All right, that's a little overview, right? Now let's talk repair. First, policy. This is not about virtue signals. It's about results. Schools need equitable funding formulas. Cops need real accountability. Civilian boards with power, not PowerPoints. The housing system needs reparative action, not just fair loans, but investment in communities that were drained for decades. I say drained, we're not going to do that this episode. Second, local power. You want to see real change? Go to a city council meeting. Support mutual aid. Follow the people who've been doing the work long before hashtags were trending. Third, build coalitions, because racism is strategic. It survives by division. Solidarity across class and race lines is how you punch it in the throat. Finally, don't let shame shut you down. If you're learning this new, good. That means you're growing. Guilt is not a strategy. Action is a strategy. The system was built. That means it can be rebuilt. We just need to stop asking the architects for permission. To wrap up this episode, America isn't glitching. It's running the software it was programmed with. And until we rewrite that code top to bottom, we're just refreshing the same broken page. So yeah, America is racism and classism and greed and denial. But here's the part they never planned for. Us. We see it, we name it, we change it. Because we're not hopeless, we're strategic, we're loud, we're tired, but we're not done. This has been the Adonis Black Show. Stay loud, stay sharp, stay dangerous. This is how we fight back. See you next episode.